Okay.
Calling people dick eaters and everything.
Okay. But did she call you that now? Did she call you that now?
Don't matter what she called.
Did she say that to you now?
She can't be upset.
She said it to you now.
She can't be upset.
Did she say it to you now? You call me, say what you say and say it now. Yeah. Wait. All right. You walk away. Say it.
What's up? All right, I'm gonna restart this computer because it was working when we was, doing the little. I gotta get a better computer, so that's my next.
That link's still gonna work that we have.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're on that.
Okay, let me.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna restart my computer because I gotta get a better computer. That's just what it is. But that's why I haven't. Shout out to Mikey. He got me like all the podcast stuff and dope podcast stuff that I need. I just got to get a computer to match it up, and we will be running, because that's what they're really scared of. When I get the computer or the laptop that I really can really play the stuff and it's not buffering and all these things, and I'm gone. And that's probably why I be frustrated a lot too, y'all. I'm working on my my anger, but it's just these people are just so corrupt, and just it doesn't get any worse. Like when I say today, honestly, is a prime example of why I am the way that I am when it comes to these people. And when anyone tries to try to be like, Zoe, you gotta maintain your cool. It's like, how can you maintain your cool when you have legit people like Judge Burch, that is a sitting judge who is absolutely corrupt? Corrupt, I don't even know if that's the word to he should be honestly locked up. Like if he did that today, I don't know what he does to anybody else. Man. That doesn't have
videos and nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, like that. That was kind of wild. So hold on, let me see if I can get this video.
It really
back
don't
here.
matter. If you have, it really don't matter.
Yeah, but I definitely wanna
Shoot, when you think about what they did to President Trump.
Yeah,
they can do
that's
that
what
to
I'm saying.
him. We don't. Yeah, we really don't.
So when people come to me about him being a convicted felon,
that's what. Yeah.
Y'all really can't even say that. It's basically how much money you got, or if they like you. And they personally hate Donald Trump. It don't even matter. He can't buy a judge if he want to buy a judge. They personally cannot. They personally hate him, just like they hate what Chicago Fist Red is doing to Chicago. So and that's just it's the uncomfortable truth when it comes to that.
Because they never saw real change.
Yeah, they never saw real change.
You never think about it, guys. Think about in your history of Chicago. When have you ever seen this?
Right.
You never. Where Chicago, we told you, Chicago have not been red since 1931, and never was any threat of it becoming red. Now you have it. Really, it's a really big chance, a great chance, that it's going to turn red. And this is what we're dealing with. It really didn't surprise me, guys, because you got to understand, when you're, I expect anything from the devil. I really do. It's nothing, I try to make sure that I don't have, I don't underestimate him, because nothing, you cannot, anything, you can expect anything from him. So this wasn't, and then when we were in, I'm looking at Miss Jackson, about the judges.
Yeah, Miss Jackson always, since day one, she's always said, it's the judges. Mm-hmm. Nothing's going to happen unless you get them judges.
Yeah.
And I really wasn't understanding what she was saying.
But you knew because of your case.
But I still it clicked, honestly. Like she's always I think since day one, ain't nothing gonna happen unless you come get these judges.
Yeah, she keeps saying
she kept saying that, but it really resonated with me. Probably of June of this year, August, June of this year, because I'm still waiting I'm still waiting on an answer. We got all the evidence. To the point that it's in front of a Trump-appointed judge. You know what I'm saying? And then we still waiting on an answer. And then today, that was just a wow.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's Yeah, that's what's going on. I guess we're trying to get the video up, but I guess you all saw the video.
Yeah, the video's been out.
Yeah, so today was we had a court date. The first time we had a court date, he wanted to
The 17th, October 17th, your birthday.
Yeah,
That was the first. But I will want to say this too.
But before that,
we weren't prepped either. And that's a huge thing too. When these people are already getting paid, because the state prosecutors getting their salary, everybody getting their salary, if it wasn't for us reaching out to the state's attorney's office, trying to figure out when the date of the court, when was the day of the court day, what do we need to be? We had all the evidence, as you see, we came prepared, and they honestly prepped us the day. The morning of.
Like 5, we had like 5, not like 1 minute. 1 minute.
1 minute. Because,
1 minute.
And
like,
honestly, they're so used to us taking anything and accepting anything. And this is black. I'm talking about black people. You understand? I know for sure that we just want to get it over with and get it done. You know what I'm saying? Don't want to deal with it or stuff like that because we are put in a bind majority of the time. So I get it. But everybody is not on that. I'm not on that. You're going to have to treat me just like you treat anybody else. We were victims in this case. Nobody didn't come nowhere to disrupt, regardless of there's people who do not like us calling out the corruption, do not like us fighting the politicians in the establishment in the legal way, calling out the laws that they're violating, calling out the policies they're violating, showing on camera what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So we're a threat because we're showing Chicago and the world a different side of how politics go. Because back in the day, they used to call people like Dick Gregory and other people conspiracy theorists, okay, or they're crazy, or they don't know what they're talking about. The whole time they knew what they were talking about, they just didn't have
these phones.
And so, and that is something that, thank God for this generation, that we're tech savvy. I'm definitely tech savvy. I'm born in '86, so I've seen it when the dial-up came to now we have to really, this is everything that we have. And I'm in between. I could go without social media. However, I have used social media to show politically how messed up the Democratic Party is and how much messed up the Rhino Party is too, the established Republicans, because they're trash as well, and that's why they hate Donald Trump so much.
And that's why they hate the rhinos here in Chicago and Illinois. That's why they hate Chicago Crips Red so much. And it's not even, you know what, guys, we're not even getting no one is really tripping on us far as what we have been going through with P-Ray. She has been the #1 since we've been out, like started. She came and it was like once we took off.
Well, it's honestly, and I will never, and I'm gonna stand on this, and this is on Dick Gregory. Around this time last year, like I said, me and Miss Jessica were going viral down there. We did not know we were going viral. Like I said, I'm new to YouTube. So, now I'm understanding how crucial YouTube is and YouTube honestly is a miracle, because they do let you get that other side out. Sometimes they be acting kind of funny too, but it is independent. When I went down there for a city council meeting, this was a council meeting when me, Miss Jessica, you got Mama Doris, the first time that Fox News really zoomed in on me and Miss Jessica, and they were saying, and they got me saying, we built this. This is when they were trying to violate us by not giving the city a choice to to have a say in if they still want this city to be a sanctuary city or not. They didn't want to put it on the referendum. And shout out to Anthony Napolitano, shout out to Raymond Lopez, shout out to Anthony Beale. Those three people were very, very strong components on pushing to try to get this on the referendum. And of course, it did not go on. But P. Ray came down. I've never seen this lady before ever in my life. She had a Trump sign, Make America Great Again Trump sign. I have a little video, and she's in this video because that's what I was really doing my videos when I first going down there to get people, you know, aware and understand what's going on. She says, hey, I'm down here because of you. You inspire me. Now, mind you, I don't even know who Patricia Easley was. I did not know that she had she was a Republican. I didn't know that she had an organization called Chicago Red. I didn't know any of this. She had her hair was like natural. I actually like her hair. I liked her hair. It was natural, nice, whatever, cool. Then after that, then she started coming down there and she started getting on the mic. She did bring up the stuff about what was going on in the West Side with the
drugs.
With the drugs when they were taking the money out of that money that's supposed to go to the heroin and the people who were on starts with the I can't think of it. Opioids. The opioids fund. She was talking about that money that was being used for illegals when it was supposed to be used for that, which was she's absolutely right. And what happened was people started reaching out to her like the news channels and stuff because they were trying to get to me and Miss Jessica, but she took it over like we were under her instead of her being on Chicago Red, but Miss Jessica and Zoe, they have this going on or whatever. I can get your information, But everything, she was making it seem like everything was under her. We were a group and all that stuff. We were never a group. I went to 2 things that she's ever done. She did something at the Rebar. They were in there in a corner talking about nothing. But I went because the other places where she was having her meetings at, it was so far out west. I don't drive. I don't have a car, any of those things. One day, Mama Doris and Miss Jessica said, hey, let's ride over to one of her meetings. We drove over to one of her meetings. Miss Jessica drove over to one of her meetings. It was far as hell, still in a car. And we went to her meeting. She was late. She's always late to all her meetings. She was late. She and I remember asking her that day. Now, mind you, they were talking about they were doing a commercial, like some type of commercial thing. And I remember asking her on the side. I said, "Hey, what's up with you and Miss Carter?" And of course, it was Miss Carter. It was Miss Carter's fault. It's always everybody else's fault. She's a straight victim. It was Miss Carter's fault because they were doing events together. You know, they were doing the West Side together. And she said she was a victim and stuff like that. Made up these lies about Miss Carter. But Miss Carter ended up doing events at her house. She was like, you know, doing events at her house and split that up. Then following that, Chicago Fist Red becomes something. It's me, Danielle, Patrice, Miss Jessica, Molly, a few and 2 other people. When we were in the hallway, she's in this video too. When we're in the hallway, she gets in the video. And my thing is, it's with support. We thinking everybody, we're all supporting each other, all that stuff.
Telling everybody.
We're not thinking that this is
everybody was on the same page.
Yeah.
Trying to get change.
Thought it was gonna get changed, all that stuff. We say, you know, we flip Chicago Red, flip Chicago. So what you doing, Miss Jessica? So we flip Chicago Red. And she goes, Donnie, 2025, whatever, you know, and all that. Cool. After that video, and it went viral, I text her. I text P. Ray and I said, hey, can you do a video for me about the importance of the election coming? Because mind you, this happened October 9th. November is the election. I said to let people understand. So because right now we're viral, we hot. So I'm telling her, hey, let me know, like, can you do a video about the importance of voting? What are 3 important steps to voting, all that stuff to get the kids involved, so they know. And she never did this video. She never did a video. She refused to do the video. She always had an excuse for the video. Then Tom Homan came. She was going to protest outside. She was going to cry outside, scream outside, go crazy outside, make a fool. She said she's going to make a fool out of them people, all that stuff, because she wasn't invited. If it wasn't for Jessica and myself, and shout out to John Heidersite, because John Heidersite had a table. He got us the seats because John Heidersite understood my personal relationship with John Heidersite. He understood what Chicago Fifth Red had just did. Then also, besides, when you take Chicago Fifth Red, what me and Miss Jessica had built down there for 2 years, because they were watching us. Mind you, we didn't know that people were watching us, but it was. When Danielle came, which I'm very grateful that Danielle came, because Danielle was out there fighting in Brighton Park. She didn't go down, she wasn't downtown, but she was outside fighting in Brighton Park. And then the situation that happened, she got her husband who out here dealing with these illegals in these police stations that made him do an early retirement. On top of that, they got a business. Her and her husband do fitness. So they trying to figure out that stuff, all that stuff, and then we're dealing with that. So she has her stuff. So her coming together, being I call her the cherry on the top, that was like, boom. We go to see Tom Homan, and they're instant hate. You understand? Like, it's always been hate, division. Where I stopped messing with P. Ray when I knew that it was something wrong with her is when she flat out wrote a post and said that come time January 2025, I will not be speaking about Brandon Johnson because Brandon Johnson is under attack the same way Tiffany Hankard is. That's what she said. And I think everybody screenshot that and sent it to everybody. Like, what is she even talking about? And that's when I realized that it's something wrong. Like, she go both sides. Then I watched her have conversations with Maurice Robinson. Maurice Robinson is a cancer to this administration. He's also sneaky, and he is helping Brandon Johnson launder this infrastructure money. He was his senior aide. But anyway, they all work together. They all on the west side. They're all cool, all that stuff. So we are to fight corruption. We want to get these people out of office. And if they have to go to jail, they have to go to jail. She is for the establishment. Mm-hmm. She is for these people. She's getting paid. I don't care what nobody say, and that's on anything.
Well, her vice president.
And her
people left her because we had been for, but she said that about Brandon Johnson, that he was under attack and she would not be attacking him and all that stuff. We wasn't messing with her anyway, but we really was just like, because we were allowing people. Sometimes people would say, they'll say Chicago Red. They like on the news, they'll say Chicago Red. I wouldn't correct them because it was just like, it is what it is. It don't matter. Now, when she did that, we had to make sure we had a clear separation to let people know that we're not meeting with Brandon Johnson. We are not talking with Brandon Johnson. We are not working with no Democrats here. This is not politics as usual. This is not none of that. These people have to get up out of office. We're not friends with them. None of that. We have to make that clear. We have to make that very clear. And after that, that's when you really saw us saying, when people would, try to say, hey, Chicago Red. No, we're Chicago Flips Red. We have to really make that distinction. But before then, she had been hating on us, and I hate to use this word, guys. I really do.
No, it's jealousy, and I hate to use that word too. It's certified jealousy.
Well, it was like she was going to different. People would know us in the room before we even get in the room. They'll say, "Hey, P. Ray, she said this about you, this and that," and we just like. But we never let it. We always let it go because we didn't care about that. We're on fighting this establishment. We didn't have time for this little petty stuff. Then she kept on. Her vice president and them left. Her like 4 of her members left because they said, and they started trying to come talk to us and said, Danny, Zoe, y'all, we can't do it. She wants us to meet with Brandon Johnson. She wants to be meeting with Brandon Johnson. She told us we cannot wear our MAGA. She don't want us wearing our no MAGA stuff at City Hall. And you know, we are not with that. We are not meeting with Brandon Johnson. We're not getting paid for Brandon Johnson. We are not with him because we are real Republicans and we really want change. And she told me, Danny Davis, her godfather, they like, none of that, because Danny Davis is horrible. So they cut her off. They left her. And then you will see they did a video because they saw her attacking us. And they like, no, we finna tell the truth. We gonna tell who the real Democrat is. We're gonna tell who the real Danny and Zoe are real. They the real deal. So they came and they did a video and really told the truth. And she just could not. Then she started attacking them, messing with their job and their family. She started doing that. But that's just who she is. Her vice president said, Danny, she hates you the most. When we were at meetings, all she did was talk about you. Yes. And we're like, what's wrong? Danny real nice. Danny love everybody. Danny try to get everybody, have everybody to get along. She hates you, Danny. You being all nice, she hates you, Danny. Everywhere. And we would used to say, hey, we didn't come all the way this far to talk about Danny. Or Chicago Flips Red. And what Chicago Flips Red
like
is
they had no mission. She still has no mission.
So
and her mission, she has no mission. And the crazy thing about P. Ray is a great speaker. P. Ray has some great points, but also P. Ray is a part of this Democratic machine. She is not for the people. She is not for you. She is with whatever West Side Connect, Brandon and Maurice, and the wife and all that is. Anybody that even signed her petition that's a real Republican, you were like bamboozled. Like she literally is not for us.
But then she told us when she first started coming with us, or talking with us, she told us that the GOP, Illinois and Chicago, watch them. They racist. They don't they racist. They don't like her because she a black woman. They hate, and she a black Republican trying to do something, so they hate her. So if we hear anything, they just hating on her and blah blah blah. That's what she said.
Yeah, she's the victim.
She's a victim.
Now, I will say some facts. She is right because the GOP, honestly, the Illinois GOP here is broken. However, if this is the representation she is, I understand why they distance themselves from her. However, we are not her. At all. And we will never be anything like her because, again, how Chicago Flips Red started was we all had personal gripes. Number 2 is I'm an entrepreneur. Danielle's an entrepreneur. There's other people in our group that are entrepreneurs. We have veterans. We have parents. You have to understand we have people that work for the city and work for the state. You understand that see that it's a problem because they've watched this for so long, and it's time for a change because again, we are raising children, and we also are watching how if your elders is not clicked up, then they're going to be out homeless on the street.
They really,
they're going to be homeless on the street.
They are.
Yeah,
that's how serious. That's how corrupt this machine is. And the reason why we started with her is because Paul McKinley and her seem to be together. Yeah, they together. We don't know how, but they together. Friends, close friends, but we don't know, but they this.
No, there we go.
So what happened was the reason why we're saying that is because this is how we believe he knew who we were and all this. This is how this come about with this Paul McKinley thing, because we did not know him at all. By this time, she hated us. She was going around after she was meeting with Brandon Johnson, trying to smear our name, trying to say we were getting paid by who? I don't know who, by the GOP. Yeah, she said we were getting paid by the racist white GOP. This is what she was going around saying. Now, all of a sudden, we just getting paid by, she said we was getting paid by, who would she say? Because she couldn't say the GOP now. She said
FOP.
Yeah, by the FOP. So now we're getting paid by that. So we don't, but this is why we had and must keep exposing P. Ray, because she's the type that would come in as a rhino. These are your real rhinos. They'll come in as that because they can't get in as a Democrat, because it's their chances of getting on the ballot or getting in as a rhino is she don't have a lot of competition, because it's Democrats,
and I want to break this down. Dana with the data, the fact that she even listens to anything she says is why I don't take her seriously. Yeah. Because she doesn't even care about to get our side.
Because we went on her show.
Yeah, we went on her side one time.
And
she's Dana, shame on you. And you a Jersey girl. Shame on you, Dana, for listening to a piece. And she's really terrible. Like, I'm trying to be better because they say I'm a public figure. You understand? I don't want to be a public figure, but since I'm a public figure and children are, somebody's 13-year-old child likes listening to me. So because your 13-year-old child like listening to me, I gotta not curse. But she is a terrible person. She's a terrible human being, and she is not for the people. She is an embarrassment to the culture. She's an embarrassment to Chicago politics. She's an embarrassment to the Chicago West Side. She's an embarrassment to her daughter. I really feel sorry for her daughter, because at the end of the day, your mother is trash, and I know you know your mother is trash because I see how you look at her sometimes. But that's just real talk, and you know when your people, your parents be bogus, and your mom is bogus, because at the end of the day, nobody has done nothing to this woman right here.
And people are seeing it, and that's why the conservative, you got the Chicago conservative and Vanita and Tanya.
And
that's
Latanya.
why and that's why they had to come out, because they said, you know what, this girl is terrible. Like, not even her spirit is not, it's not even that. You know how sometimes you can just have your attitude, whatever. Her spirit is evil.
Yeah.
This is an evil person. You will see the links. We get put the links on. Her own people are going to tell you. They're like, Danny, we don't even get into none of that, but this girl is dangerous, and she evil, and she's a snake. Like, this is who she is. And I really, really hate doing this, because I really just don't really care about her. Like, I really don't care about her. But it has to be. She
This man attacked me.
This man attacked who she
You call me, say what you say, say it now. Yeah, walk away. That you won't walk away. Say it.
People dick eaters and everything.
So this is the video.
But did she call you that now? Did she call you that now?
Don't matter what she calls.
Did she say that to you now?
She can't be upset.
Did she say that to you now?
She can't be upset.
Did she say that to you now?
Get that camera Please don't hit them. Please don't. Please don't hit them. Please don't hit them. Please don't hit them.
This man attacked me. This man attacked me. You call me, say what you say, say it now. Yeah, walk away. Bet you won't walk away. Say it. Say it.
People dick eaters and everything.
But did she call you that now? Did she call you that now?
Don't matter what she calls.
Did she say that to you now?
She can't be upset.
Did she say that to you now?
She can't be upset.
Did she say that to you now?
Get that camera.
me.
Yeah.
That's Paul.
This man, you call me, say what you say it. Now, yeah, walk
Well,
away.
yeah,
That
so-
you won't. Walk away.
That's the video. And Judge Burch today found him not guilty.
This the video he saw.
Yeah, that's the
This
video.
the video they like we said, we had one lawyer, then somehow we didn't even know they changed the lawyer, the state's attorney, and we had to call. We had to call to find out when was the court date. We had to do all of that. We never got, a call or anything like that until the day of, like later on to say, you're going to be there. But we had already called and found out. But the day of, we got there in the morning. It was like 5 minutes. Look, this is what we're going to talk about, the video, this and that. And it was that. My thing is this. When we were questioned, we were just asked about what happened.
Well, no, let's talk about how it started. See,
Yeah.
we couldn't say anything.
Yeah, because they told us we couldn't talk while
Yeah.
the trial was going.
So we're going to tell you the version and the truth.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter because you got a video too, and it really don't matter. So, as many of you guys know, I can't stand Jesse Jackson Sr. And I cannot stand his kids. And the reason why I do not like them is because I feel like they sold out our community. I feel like they never cared about us. And that the reason why we are set back the way that we are set back is because of them. And people do not hold them accountable for some reason. Like Abby Phillips just wrote a book about him. Jesse Jackson is a terrible person. However, I decided that I was going to start protesting outside of Rainbow Push. And the reason why I was going to protest outside of Rainbow Push is because Brandon Johnson keeps going over there. Number two is Jesse Jackson Sr., Jesse Jackson Jr., and anybody that Jesse Jackson endorsed. He would go into the bars on the south side and the west, on the south side, on the west side, and would give these little pamphlets out with all of the people that they want to endorse. They got people in there like Susana Mendoza. They got everybody in the machine who you want. These were Jesse Jackson picks. Jesse Jackson used to go into the Sandpiper Lounge and bring candidates there and also bring these pamphlets with Mark Allen. Now, I've been reaching out to Jesse Jackson Jr., Jesse Jackson Sr., Rainbow Push, Youssef since 2003 when I came back here to fight the city for them knocking down on the building. You would think that Rainbow Push and the people who are affiliated with Rainbow Push would stand with my godfather Leroy Singleton and my mother, but especially Leroy Singleton because he allows you to come into his bar and solicit and pander votes. So because of I'm seeing that no one doesn't want to boycott these people.
And it's violating our civil rights.
It's violating our civil
all
rights.
our civil rights. Yes.
Yeah.
They were doing that.
They were doing that. I decided that for the Rainbow Breakfast, the Rainbow Push Breakfast, which is basically a who's who of the sellout festival. I gotta stop saying another word. So the sellout festival. And when I protested outside.
And hold on, one quick thing.
Yeah.
And they were holding seminars for illegal alien to have lawyers. Too.
Well, yeah, but that was like the second one.
But,
the first one, you couldn't come to that one.
Yeah,
you were at training. Nicole, shout out to Nicole. Nicole came. Shout out to Dustin. When I first met Dustin, he came. Fuqua was there, and myself. And I live streamed. You guys can go back on X. It's all like it went crazy. Now I did not know who this man was. I did not know. I honestly thought Paul McKinley was a white guy. I did not know who Paul McKinley was. However, I do remember this face when he was walking with Gator. Now Wallace Gator Bradley also is a sellout gang member, GD, and he was walking with him and then one other guy, right? So they were at the breakfast. Now, mind you, Jamal Bryant was there with his Gucci shawl and his assistant, and some other people. Everybody was there. I saw Ryan Fest. Everybody was at this, at this place at Rainbow Push. Now, fast forward, we protested about 3 or 4 times at Rainbow Push when Danny is talking about giving legal assistance to illegal aliens,
for lawyers, paying for lawyers if their civil rights are being violated. I don't even know what civil rights they have, but if their civil rights were being violated off our tax dollars.
Yeah.
But
know your rights.
Seminars at Rainbow Push. Yet here you go. We keep saying, here you go, a Black American citizen, and we can't get no help. Jesse Jackson, you won't even answer no calls. You won't even with Black citizens, but you want to help illegal aliens know their rights. So that was another thing. We're not just gonna y'all listen, this is not business as usual in Chicago no more. We're not just going to keep allowing these people to play in our faces, but yet come back into the Black community talking about, hey, we for the Black people, and then we can't get no help. But you helping everybody else, but you still gonna play under that umbrella of, hey, we African Americans, and hey, we for the Black people, and come and give me your vote. It's done with that. We're not playing any games no more. If it's time to disrupt, we're going to disrupt. And when I say disrupt, that means if we're going to go protest the places that never been protest, that people been scared to protest, that's what we're going to do. If we're going to places that nobody else would go to, in these deep Democratic ran cities, because everybody just want to go as business as usual, it's not business as usual. We got one shot right now to change Chicago and to help the real citizens. If we don't, it's over for Chicago. They have showed us they care nothing about the Chicago and American citizens. Playtime is not. We have been down there in the meetings. We've seen Rahm Emanuel, New Americans playing. We're at war. It's not, we can't play no games no more. If we don't get this election right, it's over for the citizens of Chicago.
Yeah. So and she's absolutely right. When people, my thing is, for 2 years, I was downtown. I was patient. I was arrested, and I was arrested because they wanted to silence me, not because I threw anything, acted a fool down there. All because they would not let me get on that mic, because I didn't know how powerful that mic was at that time. That them 3 minutes that people were watching. Shout out to the independent YouTubers. Shout out to Anton. Daniels, shout out to, what's it called?
TV Media,
and then the other one with the K. K, what I'm talking about, K something. But anyway, but yes, Central Square, a Fox. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but when so now that Trump got in office, and I'm like, okay, now you feel the anger in this city. Like, okay, we're gonna double down. Like, we really ain't gonna do nothing, right? So me saying like, okay, well, you want to play this game, all right, it's time to disrupt. And disrupt is start protesting places that you would not think to protest. We're going to protest Rainbow Push. We're going to protest churches, because that's next.
Because
you understand?
They spending our money having illegal alien seminars there, and they're the ones taking our money, laundering our money through the churches. And this is what
somebody said, you forgot to mention how many years he was in prison for robbing a woman with a gun for $60. So this is he's a committeeman. He is the 4th Ward committee person. However, I did not know that. Mm-hmm. So us protesting Rainbow Push and going in on them people, because I was going in, but I wasn't going in on the people going inside. I was going in on showing the people that was going inside, but I wasn't going in on them. Some people that came gave me a hug that I knew.
Going in on Jesse Jackson.
Just going in on Jesse Jackson.
Yeah.
I was trying to catch everybody. And Jamal Bryant, because Jamal Bryant, how are you out here fighting for everybody else, but they literally are making us a new class of homelessness? Like, that's the thing that I'm not understanding. Now, nobody, none of y'all faves, none of y'all Democratic faves, none of y'all political influencers, none of y'all clergy influencers, politicians, NGOs, crime division, entertainers are talking about how we're starting to become the new class of homelessness. So I'm just calling out the hypocrisy when I see it. But because I'm calling out the hypocrisy because I'm seeing it, because I'm supposed to align with the Democratic Party, right? So because that, I'm disruptive, and yes, I do curse. And my thing is, I've cursed, and I understand. I have to change it. I have to change it around. But it's so frustrating to see the fakeness of the politicians and this Democratic Party. Like, this Democratic Party talks so bad about Trump. They talk so bad about any conservative mindset that just does not see eye to eye with this weird liberal mindset that's going on, that y'all have literally tried to block us, silence us, call us provocateurs, disruptors, all this stuff. And my thing, you can call me anything but a Democrat. That's just number one. So let me tell you about this man. So at the height of, we had just got that shelter shut down in Hyde Park, right? Shout out to Brian Drew. Brian Drew only came out, he's running for state comptroller. He only came out because of us. He makes that very clear. So shout out to Brian Drew. Brian Drew is a attorney, a Republican attorney from downstate, but he pulled up because he was a fan of us.
And he saw us.
And he saw us.
That video.
With that shelter.
Showing that shelter in Hyde Park.
In Hyde Park. So shout out to him. He's running for state comptroller. Shout out to his wife too, and his beautiful kids.
And they got it shut down.
And they got it shut down.
We got it shut down.
Yeah. So there was a lady by the name of Godiva. Shout out to Godiva. I know they made Godiva feel all bad and stuff. Godiva is she is a community activist, and she really is for the community. She's just caught up with some people like this weasel right here. So she sent me I met Godiva after during the DNC when I did my protest from 55th to McCormick. That was paying homage of when Dick Gregory when he marched during the DNC in 1968. So she sent me she sent me a text, and the text was about the migrant shelter that was at the Youth Women's Leadership, which is 2610 South Calumet. And that was a migrant shelter. Now that's in Bronzeville. That's where I stay at. So the names on there was him, Paul McKinley, but I did not know this was Paul McKinley. Paul McKinley, and two other people. Probably would have been like Jackie Pay's name and somebody else. They were having it at the library on King Drive.
Public library.
It was open to everybody. Now it was on
Facebook.
It was on Facebook and social media. However, Godiva sent me a personal text message. This was a day after Mother's Day. I told Danny about it. Danny said, "All right, we're gonna pull up." We walked in. We greeted the librarians, the clerks. We said, "Hello, we're looking for." I said, "We got we got an invite for something happening with the shelter." She said, "Yep," and they pointed us to the room. We went in there. Automatically, he says, "Y'all bitches can't be in here."
He jumped up. Now he was sitting on the other side. He jumped up, walked to where we were to greet us in our face, saying this.
Yeah, you bitches can't come in here. Y'all bitches be protesting Y'all bitches be protesting Rainbow Push. Y'all can't
Y'all
come in
bitches
here.
gotta get the fuck up out of
Yeah,
here.
yeah. This his words.
This
man
is
right
now,
here.
man,
This was great. This is how he greeted us. He didn't even greet. They wasn't on a high by. It was bitches.
Now, man, we never saw this man a day in our life.
Never.
We don't know who this man is. All we know is this is supposed to be a Republican thing.
Yeah.
A Republican thing.
And Paul McKinley, I really thought that was a white man.
And
I thought he was a fourth ward committee man, was a white man. I did not know that this man that be with that same tan suit, because he got this tan suit that he always wear. He wore it actually in that video right there. That he wore that same tan suit and in front of Rainbow Push. However, he's hanging with Gator Wallace Bradley, okay, a certified sellout, okay, a certified sellout gangster disciple. Glory be to God, God be the glory, okay, and then another sellout gangster, okay, and they're walking into Rainbow Push, okay. So I never thought. Why would I even think that he was? Why would I think that he's a Republican?
So we went in. So we walked in. You bitches gotta get the fuck up out of here. You bitches be protesting Rainbow Push. So as he walked up to us, another guy.
Yeah, we saw the guy in the video.
The guy in the video was with him, and
his background singer. Like everything he's saying. He repeated everything he's saying.
You bitches gotta get the fuck out. So the lady who invited us, she turned around like, hey. She said, hey, wait. She didn't know what was going on. She said, I invited them. And he like, I don't give a fuck. These bitches gotta get the fuck out. She like, hey, you know what's going on. Now, by this time, Zoe just completely ignored him. Walked around and sat down. It was a table. Walked around, sat down, and we walked to the table. He right there talking about we gotta go. We ain't thinking about him because we get ready to go sit down because this is a public library. We don't know you, and then you can't just tell us we gotta get the fuck out of here. So we're going to sit down, and then the guy Zoe went and sat down. This is and I'm getting ready to sit down on the opposite side. The guy right here saying, I don't know what y'all bitches doing. Y'all bitches getting the fuck out. Y'all bitches gotta get the fuck out. And so I said, you know what? I'm not gonna be too many bitches. We're not gonna be too many bitches. I said, let me get my phone now. I said, because you know what? We're not gonna be too many bitches. I got my phone out. As soon as I got my phone out, I turned it, when I pushed record, I turned it toward him. And then that's when you saw the video. I said, yeah. That's why I said, oh, walk away. Now you want to walk away. Because soon as I turned that phone towards him, that's when he turned around real quick and started walking away. I said, oh, yeah, walk away. Yeah, you better walk away. Now you want to walk away. And then I turned it to Paul McKinley. Now, in the video, you can see Zoe is sitting down. I think Zoe had even got on her phone, like clearly ignoring him. Zoe just looking down her phone, whatever
the camera was rolling.
Yeah, the camera rolling.
Yeah.
Zoe is looking down because Zoe is totally ignoring him. She ain't thinking about nothing he got to say. And he just over her. Now this could be threatening. She's sitting down, he's over her talking about, I don't give a fuck. This bitch got to get the fuck out. She be in protesting, calling.
He says it, and he says it in the video.
He says it in the video. Say and show it. The bitch be calling people dick eaters and all that. So now she's sitting down. He's over her head, pointing down to her. She's not even thinking about him. I ain't saying nothing to him. That's when I said, it don't matter what she did. Is she doing that now? I don't give a fuck what she doing. I said, it don't matter what she did at Rainbow Push. Is she doing that right now? And that's when he said, I don't give a fuck. Get that phone out of my face. And that's when he hit me. Now, it happened so fast because I was not expecting him to hit me because it was not that serious like that. It wasn't that serious.
Really?
Because my thing was, I was trying to calm the situation down and say, it don't matter, right? But if she was protesting at Rainbow Push, all that stuff you saying don't matter because she's not doing that right now.
The guy
This is the guy when I said walk away. Go show it.
All right. This is the guy.
Now show when I said.
That's the other guy. That was his background. Anything he said, he was repeating. Look at this. He needs to be arrested too because he put his hands on me.
He was hitting.
Knocked me upside. Yeah. So.
Let me play it. Let me. Can you hear it? No, you can't hear it.
Say it.
Okay.
But did she call you that now? Did she call you that now?
No matter what she called.
Did she say that to you now?
She can't be.
Did she say that to you now?
She can't be.
Did she say that to you now?
Get that camera out my face.
So you just hear him say, "Punk ass bitch."
But did you hear me saying? So y'all saw me. I'm asking him. Now you can see Zoe. See Zoe sitting down. There she go. See Zoe sitting down?
Right here.
She's sitting down with her head down.
That's
because
me
I
right
told
there.
you she was on the phone. Zoe was completely ignoring him. Completely ignoring him. Zoe came in, sat down. So us starting stuff, us coming there being disrupted, us coming in there and arguing. You see, Zoe sitting down.
Right there.
She
Still
right
sitting
there.
down.
This, the lady is trying. Look at the lady.
And this is Miss Godiva. She's the one who invited us.
This is the lady right here who kept saying, what's going on, and tried to stop it. And you see Zoe sitting down. Zoe haven't said nothing to the man. She didn't do anything. She sat down, and I think, like I said, I think Zoe was on her phone. She was completely ignoring the man. So the fact that you can even say we came in to just start something, that's not even true. Because if that was the case, Zoe would have been up there in his face arguing back and forth with him. That wasn't what it was. He was the one just in our face, being aggressive, doing this. The lady right here was trying to say, hey, and me, I'm just telling him, okay, whatever you're saying that she did at Rainbow Push, whatever you're saying, even if she did it, okay, is she doing that right now? Is she coming here right now on that? Did she come in here right now calling people dick eaters, which she don't even use that word? Zoe don't say dick eaters. But if she did she come in here right now saying dick eaters? No, she didn't. So that was my whole point. Is she doing that now? You talking about something that happened a month ago, but why she can't be up in there?
Not even
if
a
she
month
doing,
ago, like literally like 90 days ago.
90 days ago. Yeah, that was like, it sure was. Something that happened like 3 months ago. It don't matter. Is she doing that? If she's doing any of that right now? And that's when you saw right there when he attacked me. You see Zoe, I'm glad that stopped. Look at her. She's sitting down. That's why I say I think she on her phone.
Walk away. Say it. Look at him. But did she call you that now? Did she call you that now?
No matter what she called.
Did she say that to you now?
She can't be.
Did she say that to you now?
She can't be.
Did she say that to you now?
Get that camera out my face.
So it didn't matter what nobody said to de-escalate the situation where she was saying, now you heard what he said, don't matter, she got to get the fuck out of here. It don't matter, she got to get the fuck up out of here. And then told me to get the phone out of my face, get that phone in my face. And that's when he hit me. So that's all clear on the video. That's all clear. So even if, let's just say this, guys, because I'm going to give you a scenario. Let's just say we came in and said, let's set it off. Let's set it off. Everybody, we about to set it off up here. Let's just say that happened. Let's just say that happened. And we came right there up into that video. Let's just say we said we're going to set it off. We're going to set it off. Let's just say that happened. And then up into that video, you see the video. At that point, even then, that still didn't warrant you to put your hands on any woman. It still didn't warrant you. If you didn't like what we were saying, let's just say we came in there and just wanted to get up under his skin. We called him all type of names. Let's just say that happened. At that point, still, because you hate what somebody is saying to you, do not give you a right to put your hands on anybody. That means if that's the case, that means that anybody on the street that coming to you and talk stuff to you, you want to hit them. And if they call the police gonna say, well, you shouldn't have said nothing to her. Or why would you say that to them? They know they're gonna lock you up because they're gonna say you're the aggressor. Did that person touch you? They're gonna lock you up. That's just what it is. So with the video, even though that wasn't the case, guys, I was trying to de-escalate, just asking him, did she say do that now? Zoe sitting down, wasn't in that man's face, wasn't nothing. I had my camera out just asking him because I saw the situation, and he still, even with the camera right on him, he still could not control himself, and he hit me. And that happened so fast, so I didn't even realize what had happened until I flew back, that this man actually hit me. And then after that, we was fighting. So whatever happened after that was warned. I don't care if I took something and just defended myself. If seriously, if I would have took a knife, found the knife on the ground and stabbed him, I would have been warranted to do that, and it would have been justified because you touched me first. At that point, you were a threat to me as a woman, and I can defend myself as a right. But this is what this man was able to do. Our lawyer, he asked us about that. I'm telling y'all, we walking.
No, it's not in court. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
yeah, it's not in court. It's not in court process.
Yeah,
yeah. He was found not guilty.
Yeah, our lawyer asked us about. He walked it through just like we doing with you. He asked.
Yeah. Now we can talk about it.
Because he asked everything by play by play. What happened here? What happened here? What happened here? And this is what I'm telling you.
He pushed her.
Yeah,
I watched him push her. Now
because when
they're gonna say that's what I'm saying. Like
because when he knocked it, he was pushing too at the same time. Once he knocked it with that hand, he was pushing with the other hand. So like lunging forward towards me. So the fact was, what was happening is, guys. And
what part of that? It's not in court anymore.
But that's all right.
It's not in court. Clearly, you're not paying attention.
We're talking about
it. It's already the court that ended today. They said not guilty today. Today was the day he got a not guilty when they got a whole video of him putting his hands on her. That's where we are.
Yeah.
Process fitness.
So the point was, the whole case was that he assaulted me. And that's what we had to prove, that I was assaulted. Because what they tried to do was, because we can tell that, because the library, they lied and everything like that.
Yeah, let me tell you, they didn't have let me tell you something. They had no video. We FOIA'd. They purposely made sure them cameras, they did not give us the footage. Because if they would have gave us the footage, it would have been over.
They would have showed us walking in.
They would not give us that footage.
They wouldn't show. And then I asked them, I said, when did the camera stop working? And I said, okay, well, you all, if the cameras weren't working, and
we have all that.
You should have something, send a technician that you told that you put in that the cameras weren't working, and then they came out, and you should have a paper trail that they came out and fixed it. Because when we went back there, we said when they told us it wasn't working, when we went back, they said it was. I said, so when did this start working? Yeah. They couldn't tell us when they got fixed. They couldn't tell us when it didn't work. I said, so magically it was working before that happened. On the day of, it magically stopped working, the cameras in the library. But the next day, somehow it was working. But you all don't have no evidence of when you all put in for a technician to come and fix it, or when a technician came and fixed it.
But I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. As you know, in this administration, this current administration, FOIAs, you're not getting any.
Yeah, they don't.
They have it. They will not give you no information. They don't give they don't give the news nothing. They don't give independent people nothing. They don't give the regular citizens nothing. They don't give taxpayers. This administration has literally got FOIA like they told them, don't give them nothing.
And I can tell, listen, guys,
don't give them
what's so funny was, we can tell, right? So we know the library director, they all in with each other, because
and she cannot stand Trump either.
Yeah, she hates Trump.
She posted
on her page. Yeah. So when when they tried to, and this is what they did, right? So I'm saying, I said when everything happened, I said call the police. I'm pressing charges. I want to press charges. And at first, okay, and then they called the police. Zoe called the police, and they called the police. Yeah. When we got there, before they knew I had that video footage, they were trying to tell me, okay, well, Paul McKinley said he just wanted to, he don't want the press, he don't want to go. He just
you
wanted
go
to,
your way.
You go your way. I go my way. He just wanted to go away and just, you know,
exactly.
Take it as we just, you know, we just let it go. I said, what? I said, no way I'm letting this go. This man attacked me and hit me like a man. Right. No, it's no way I'm letting it go. And guess who, y'all? Guess who was the sergeant? Guess who the police officers that came were the same police officer that be at Rainbow Push, who were trying to get us to
They were legit going to, let me tell you something. They were looking at me because they thought that I was the aggressor. And they were going to arrest me because they can't arrest me out Rainbow Push, right? Because that's how the narrative was, that we were going in there to protest against them. But why would we protest a shelter, a migrant shelter, when we just talked about the Hyde Park shelter? We've been on the Hyde Park shelter. We did a press conference. The only reason that press conference was there because of Chicago Flips Red. And then so why would we go in there and protest against something when this is a Republican committeeman? Which at the end of I did not know this was the Republican committeeman, but they just knew that they were going to arrest us. If we did not call, if we didn't call Chuck.
But you know what? But what happened was the sergeant that be up at Rainbow Push and the police officers that be up in there who can't stand us, they came. So I looked and they over there talking to him. So I already knew. I when they came to talk to me, I knew what time it was because they were trying to get me to say, I'm gonna leave it alone. And then this is what they said to me. This is before they knew I had my footage and anything. They said, well, we're gonna have to arrest both of you all. Yeah. And I said, arrest both of us for what? They said, because, you know, you're saying one thing, he's saying one thing. I said, well, there go the cameras right there. I said, you can go. I said, the cameras are right there. Go get the cameras right now. This before they knew I even had my footage on my phone. I said, there go the cameras right there. I said, it tells, I mean, the door right there. It's going to show us walking in. It's going to show him coming up to us. It's going to show him put his hands on me. I said, go get the cameras. And then when he looked at the cameras and he looked at me and then he said, I said, go get them right now. I really want you to get this camera and I want to see it. He said, okay, wait a minute. He went over there to talk to them at the library. And then he said, he came back and said, well, they said ain't no sound. He said, they said wasn't no sound. We should have been videoing all of this, but I wasn't even.
It doesn't matter.
He had his body cam on. He said, it ain't no, he said, it's not a sound. I said, well, it don't have to be no sound. I said, I don't care about a sound. You're going to see him walking up to me and what he did and walking up to us and hitting us first. You're going to see that. He was the aggressor. We don't need no sound. Then he said, hold on. Went back there and then came back and told us it wasn't working.
It wasn't working.
And so he said, so what you're going to have to do is, you know, I'm going to have to arrest both y'all since we don't have no camera. This is what he said to me. Now, by this time, Zoe called my husband because she saw what they was doing. What he said was, well, the camera's not working up there. I said, so you mean to tell me those cameras not working? You got 3 cameras around here. None of those cameras working in a public library. No, I said, okay. He said, well, if you don't drop it, then I'm gonna have to arrest both of y'all. I said, arrest both of us when I got attacked. He said, yeah, because he said one thing and you saying one thing. We don't have no proof. The cameras ain't working. I said, hold on. And I think my phone was still on the floor it was still on the floor. I said, hold on. I went and got my camera off the floor, picked it up, and
gave him boom.
And I said, let me show you. I said, look at this. I said, so what he's saying is a lie. That sergeant looked at that video footage. And when he looked at that video footage, he was like, okay, let me be right. I'll come right back. And When they went to talk to him, by that time my husband came, and my husband was not aggressive. My husband didn't say nothing. He was one telling me, baby, calm down. Baby, calm down. He said they got her. He said they have to arrest this man. He said it's no way they won't arrest this man. With the footage you showed me, it's no way they can't arrest that man. And if they don't, he said that's when we're gonna call for bigger. He said it's no way. He said they got to. And soon as my husband, they haven't said anything. I'm the one like just pissed. Soon as they went over there and talked to him, they told him to get up, and they arrested him. Because it was no way when they saw the footage. It clearly showed that he hit me first.
And they picked and choose the police footage.
And
they
then,
didn't get all the police footage.
Because
they got the dumbest part of it.
Yeah, and then, but no, that wasn't even the sergeant. That was the officer. The sergeant, he went and asked the lady. He said her name was the one who Godiva, the one who invited us. She told everything. She said, I invited them. And he came and was saying something, and Zoe said, "Don't tell the truth. Stop saying he said some stuff. Tell her exactly what he said." She said, "Okay, well, I'm a Christian. I don't curse, but he did. Okay, it was curse words. I don't want to say them, but they were curse words. He cussed. He was cursing at them. I told him I invited them. He was aggressive, and he did hit her first. I told the sergeant. I looked at him. I said, I don't see you writing that down." He said, "It's on my body cam." I said, "Okay, as long as you getting it." I said, "That body cam working right?" He said, "Yeah, it is." I said, "Okay," because she just told you that we came in, he cussed us out, everything that, and he was aggressive and he hit me first. She just told you that. And he was like, yeah, and then that was that. Listen, y'all, and this judge still.
Let me show y'all, judge, y'all. Let me show y'all that.
So we knew by this time they probably called Jesse Jackson because Jesse, they rainbow push because he be in there. They really Democrats.
Even though this man is known for when Rainbow Push had their radio station, him and Mark Carter, shout out to my man Mark, used to be in there. They used to protest and bombard there.
I wish we did. I wish we did have a video of Godiva. I asked Zoe.
We have the police footage. They gonna have to show that police cam.
No, but he ain't gonna do it. That's What you
talking about?
Oh,
we can FOIA you.
We can FOIA.
Yeah.
Okay, well we gonna FOIA.
Okay, we gonna FOIA. Okay. They FOIA all of them. They just FOIA.
We gonna FOIA that police cam, that sergeant. That's what we gonna do. So I knew that that it was all about who he was when the same police that be at Rainbow Push came over there. It was the same ones, not no different one. It was like they made sure they sent them over there. They came over there and he plugged McKinley, all them plugged with Jesse Jackson, the library, because they all were together. He be up there. They had meetings up there, we found out. So they all plugged together. So this judge, now this is the same judge, guys.
Clarence Burch.
Now he the one who put a contempt of court on Zoe's 73 mother.
Yep.
Because it
was a favor. Let me tell you something. That my mother's case and that land, my godfather on the land, that's tied up with that ComEd stuff. And Lisa Madigan, she was the state's attorney at the time. The attorney general at the time, Mike Madigan's daughter. She asked them to do a favor and bring our mother to court because she started asking about that land and she was fighting back then, but we didn't know. But he put a contempt of court on her.
He put a 73-year-old lady. He did that because they all with the city and Brandon Johnson, they all tied together. Oh, and in one detail, guys. So when they arrested Paul McKinley, you notice, when they arrested him, you all got to understand. If they had proof that I was the aggressor or that we both were the aggressor, they would have had to arrest me. They would have talked to those witnesses. If the witness at that time would have said Danny did it and he did it, they would have had no they would have had to arrest me, because if the witness at that time said, well, they both was fighting each other, they would have had to. But the fact that they had to arrest them because they knew everybody was saying the same thing, and my video had said the same thing. If they could have arrested me too, they would have, but they had no reason to. So let's get that straight. I wasn't arrested, he was. Then we were leaving out. As we were leaving out, that's when P-Ray, I didn't see her. Zoe saw her. She was coming past us. So
real
quiet. P-Ray was coming in, but he had already been arrested.
Her man.
He had already been arrested in the car. She was coming in. So that's how I told you all, we never knew who this man was. We didn't know who he was. He knew who we was, because P-Ray and him together, she hates us.
She brings him everywhere.
Yeah.
He's everywhere.
She hates us. So therefore, he already know who we are. We not knowing who he is. And that's what all of this tie in, him, her, all of them. But let me say this, y'all. Okay, and so this judge, right?
Judge Burch.
So
Judge Clarence Burch, he's been on the bench since 2009. He's the associate judge of the Cook County Circuit Court in Illinois. He was elected to the circuit court by the Cook County Circuit Judges in 2009, so you can't vote him in. He presides over courtroom 303 in the 1st Municipal District, handling misdemeanor cases. Before his judicial appointment, Judge Burch had a distinguished legal career as a criminal defense attorney. He was admitted to practice law in 1978 and spent over 27 years in private practice with his firm, Burch and Associates. His practice focused on felony trial defenses, including capital cases. Notably, in 2007, he served as the lead attorney in the Brown's chicken murder trial. In addition to his legal work, John Burch has been actively involved in community service. He has served as president of the board of Near North Health Service Corporation, a nonprofit organization dedicated to providing healthcare services to underserved population.
Another NGO, non-government, non-profit organization that get money from the Democratic Party.
In 2013, he was a subject of Judicial Watch because he was denying public defenders to defendants who could post bond based on his belief that those who could afford bonds should not be entitled to a public defender. That's crazy. This practice was criticized as potentially violating defendants' constitutional rights to legal representation. He don't care about no constitution. In 2018, he was named in a defamation lawsuit filed by a woman who alleged that his statements during her criminal trial led to her wrongful arrest for harassment. The case was dismissed, and the dismissal was upheld on appeal, because you know how they work around. And they say he's always been questionable. He's always been questionable. And so what I'm going to start with is I'm filing a complaint with the Illinois Judicial Inquiry Board. That will start with that. Then I'm going to reach out to Pam Bondi. Then I'm going to reach out, because this right here, he needs to be investigated. To get that video, and that man put his hands on Danielle, and you make that a not guilty, because his lawyer, who was absolutely terrible. When I say this man, he had no defense. No defense. He brought up the fact that
so we were at the trial, guys. We were his lawyer.
This was on 17.
This is on the 17th. So wait a minute, just go back. The fact when Paul McKinley asked, or his lawyer, and they asked for a judge trial and not a jury trial, I had already a bench trial. I told Zoe, I said, this is, because a judge, at least if you get a jury, people gonna hear the evidence and see it, and then they gonna say, no, that's a lie. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do what's right. They see it, it's clear. But when you got one one judge, and we know how these judges are here, I don't trust that, because it's all up to him. So that already was questionable. I told Zoe that when this judge came out, I told her, I said, this is some bull stuff. I knew it. Then when I sat on the bench and his lawyer asked me, am I with a group Chicago Flips Red?
Mm-hmm.
I said, what? He said, are you affiliated with the group, or he said, an organization, Chicago Flips Red? And I looked at him, I said, yeah. I said, yeah. And my attorney said, objection, this don't have nothing to do with it. He overruled it, the judge did. And I'm saying, what they gotta do? Okay, well, anyway, let's proceed. I said, yes. He said, is it, do you in fact make videos to Donald Trump? In support of Donald Trump? I said, yes. He said, are you in support and make videos about ICE and that you support ICE being here? I said, I sure do. I sure do. And this is what I said after that. I said, I sure do. Because when you allow 50,000 illegal aliens here, Trinity Agua gang members, most of them placed in my community, where we are already dealing with homicides. We just had 30 shootings where 6 people died. And now you dump Trinity Agua gang members on top of that in my community, and I'm getting no help. I said, yes, I do. Yes, I do advocate for my community to get the help that they need. And he said, okay. And then, and
they asked me, did I call Jesse Jackson a slur?
Right.
And I said, yes, I did. I said, if you want to, yeah. And they were like trying, like, I guess going to say, and I said, yeah. And I told them exactly what I called him. I called him the C word.
Oh, yeah, because they asked me.
Yeah.
They said, that's what they said, did she call Jesse Jackson or something like that, a coon or something like that? I said, what? Because my thing was, I'm thinking that they talking about everything they're asking me. I'm thinking they're talking about pertaining to what we was just in that video. I said, no, she didn't call Jesse Jackson a coon. I said, you looking at the video. No, she didn't. So my thing was, what did that have to do with anything? But they were talking about when you were outside protesting. See, this had nothing to do with.
It had nothing. It's like what they're trying to say, like, well, it triggered nothing. I can call
freedom of speech.
The First Amendment is like the Democratic Party, honestly, is disrespecting the First Amendment. Mm-hmm. They're manipulating to their terms. But anyway, they asked me, and I said, yes, I did. Yes, I did. I called him the C word. I absolutely did, and I gave him the reason why. He's selling out the community. He's been saying he's not a good. He's terrible for the community. He's terrible for the community. Now, when we got that BS verdict, because it was verdict. Now, mind you, today I already knew he was with the doo-doo when he got on the bench. But when they went to call on, because mind you, they should have made the decision that day. They let him on the 17th. They let him call one more witness, and that was Jackie Page. Now I have a video out. Now when I first met Jackie Page, they say she's a community activist or whatever, and she also was with the guy. She helped with the guy Bob, who does the recall, this fall guy. And I think also, like, that's where the disconnect comes with me and him, because I'm for recalling Brandon Johnson and I'm for helping him get those signatures. But Jackie Page has told him her version of why she does not like me. Jackie Page, in 2023 October, when Brandon Johnson was first violated People's First Amendment in the Open Public Meeting Act with the ticketed events, when I was trying to go upstairs and they were trying to arrest me, and I'm saying it's illegal, it's illegal. Jackie Page is the person who filmed that. She said, "What's your name? What's your name?" They're trying to do it illegal. They're trying to arrest this girl. This is illegal what they're doing. This is her, Jackie Page, saying this. After when they would put me over to the side and they gave me a warning or whatever, when I was walking past, Miss Page came to me and she was like, "Hi." She was like, "Here, I'm gonna give you." I said, "I already put it on Facebook." She was like, "And I'm gonna give you the video." And I said, "All right, thank you, Miss Page." And I didn't know who Miss Page was or anything like that. 3 weeks later, again, they blocking us from going into these meetings. I can't go into these meetings. I go to the 3rd floor. They blocking her too. She sees me going in on the police. I'm telling them like, why do y'all let them use you? Like, this is crazy. You cannot do this, A lady by the name of Tamiko Holtz comes out. Tamiko Holtz, she's a Republican committee person now, but she also is in with CHA or stuff like that. She knows the ins and outs of that. When Tamiko Holtz comes out of the chambers and she says hi to me, Jackie Page completely snaps. She says, "Why you ain't going in on her? Why you ain't going off on her?" I said, "I don't even know this lady." I was like, "What you doing?" And this is live too. Now, this video was live somewhere too. She was live when she was doing it. And so then that's when she calls me a plant. She starts calling me a plant and stuff because she has a personal issue with a lady who I have no idea that she has an issue with. And this was this lady named Tamiko. Ever since then, she has been at odds with me. She gets on this stand today and lied. She actually put her right hand up and lied all through. She just lied. Just lied. Like lied. She said that this man was nice, like told us, "Please, can y'all leave?" Right. Do you think that, show this shit again? No way. Do you think, man, I'm telling you, if a man like that is that irate at that time, do you think that he was nice when we first walked in there? You think that this man right here was nice and told us, "Can you ladies please leave?"
Yeah. She said,
"Can you please leave?" This was Lion Jackie. Lion Jackie said.
Walk away. Say it. You say it.
People dick eaters and everything.
But did she call you that now? Did she call you that now?
No matter what she called.
Did she say that to you now?
She can't be.
Did she say that to you now?
She can't be.
Did she say that to you now?
Get that camera.
Does that look like this man? When we first walked in, he said, "Hey, ladies, can y'all please leave? Can y'all please leave?" That man right there, Paul McKinley. That looked like this man said as soon as we walked in there, he was very nice, he was pleasant.
And the point is, guys, like my husband said, I don't care because my husband did a lot of trials. He testified in a lot of trials because he was a police officer. Like he said, it don't matter. At the end of the day, you have no right. He said, this is how we used to arrest everybody. You have no right to put your hands on anybody first, or if they say something to you, if they say something you don't like, you have no right to do that. Once you touch that person, that person's person, they call it person, then you have broken the law. That's period. That's the law. Once you touch that person's person, you broke the law. So no matter what transpired before that, once you go and hit that person, now you have violated the law and we must lock you up. That's the law. So because, and you see, we wasn't fighting before then or nothing, because I was telling him, did she say that now? Did she say that now? he hit me, and that was enough for him to the judge to say, well, you know what, that was warrant. So what is happening is this, guys. The judge is setting a dangerous precedent, because look what he is supposed to be a domestic violence judge. So by him being that means if you are a domestic violence judge, first of all, you're not protecting women, period. And that's scary, because now we have all these illegal aliens here. They're trying.
What? Law called?
They're trying to push Sharia law here, and they already doing it in the UK where they can smack women, beat women, rape women. So this is what they're doing. And for you to see a man, this is a judge, a domestic violence judge, for you to see a man put his hands on a woman like that, and for you to rule not guilty because of the fact that I'm a Republican and because of my political alignment, what I believe.
Well, he's a Republican too.
Oh, no.
It's a Trump issue.
Yeah, it's a Trump issue, but he's not even, he's a rhino.
Oh, he's a rhino.
We have a lot of rhinos. Yeah, we have a lot of rhinos, guys. What rhino is, they're Republican in name only. So that means they only run as a Republican to be the Democrat Party.
Jimmy Tillman is one.
Yeah, so that the Democrat Party can keep this hold here. So, but they can act like they have Republican representation when they really don't. They all just Democrats keeping a corrupt machine going. That's all this is. So it's a Trump issue. They all hate Trump because if that was supposed to be a Republican, P. Ray's supposed to be a Republican, why would that question be?
We wouldn't even be in court.
Yeah, why would that question be, are you sending videos for Trump to come in, and are you in support of Trump? That shit, if we all Republicans and we all support Trump, why would his lawyer even ask me that? But it's a Trump thing. And also, like I was getting back to say, the women, he's not protecting women. That's a dangerous thing this judge just did, because he's a domestic violence judge. So that means if that be the case, let's just use this as an example. Think about all the men that go in front of this judge that put their hands on their ladies or their girlfriends or wives, and he locks them up, and they go to jail for putting their hands on their wives or girlfriend. All they can say, what he just did today, what he's basically saying is, you can put your hands on your girlfriend or your wife if you don't like what she's saying. Because normally when a man goes to jail for hitting a woman, they usually say, okay, he say, you can't say, well, she was saying something I didn't like, so I put my hands on her. Soon as you say that, they making sure they lock his butt up. But in this case, if you're going to lock a man up for hitting his girl because he didn't like what she said to him, and you don't lock this man up or arrest this man or rule that this man is guilty when he hits a woman that just explained or talking to him, then that means you gotta let all them other guys go.
Free them.
Because
free the guys.
Because what did those guys do? If they hit their girlfriends or wives because they didn't like what they were saying, and you locked them up, or you press charges on them and found them guilty, and you don't find this man guilty, then you gotta let them go, because they should be able to say the same thing. Well, judge, and I'm sure they don't even have a video. It's just they word against his. She said he hit me, and I didn't. And he hit me first, and they lock him up. And no video, then you should be able to say with a video, then this man gets just, you're free. The judge didn't even say why. He didn't say why he ruled in his favor, nothing. Didn't say anything, just ruled the verdict where he's not guilty. Then that means you're saying that it's okay for a man to put his hands on any woman that he don't agree with. That's what you are basically saying as a domestic violence judge. So any man after this that's going in his courtroom that he says that he locks up because he hit a woman because she didn't like what she said, then you got to let them go, because this is exactly what you did. This judge should have never allowed that to happen, because what everybody saw now, what everybody is seeing is how corrupt this system is with the judges, with these Democrats, with how this machine operates, and how we get no justice because we keep telling y'all it's everybody is strategically put in place where they make sure you never get justice, because everybody is here in these places to play a role and to keeping this corruption going. So this is what this man just did today, and he didn't care about it. Our lawyer, when he came out, he said, I can't believe it. He said, because even Paul McKinley lawyer said, like was saying congratulations, like he won. He said, so when mad at you, y'all, he told us to step out. He did not tell us, hey, bring them back in. I'm getting ready to rule. Bring them back in, because, he told us to step out, and he didn't let us back in. When the lawyer came out, he said he didn't give us a reason why we lost. He just said not guilty. Didn't say no reason why, nothing. He said, I can't believe what just happened. All the evidence showed what we were saying was, the whole case was he assaulted her first. That was the whole case. And the fact that he saw video that he assaulted you first, he had Zoe tell the story and you tell the story that he assaulted you first, and then render a verdict of not guilty and didn't say why or nothing, lets us know everything. But the fact that he allowed that Trump questioning to go on already, and then
nothing else.
And then with Zoe Lee, he know her mother. He knew about mother. So I knew that when this judge looked at us, when he came in and looked at us, his face was looking like, yeah, I knew it. So these people know exactly who we are. You got to understand, the Brandon Johnson administration know who we are. The CTU administration know who we are. These judges, because Ms. Jackson, Zoe, always calling them out. Cook, and this is a Cook County, so Tony Preckwinkle, they all always calling her out. So they all know who we are. They all hate us because we're doing something that never happened before, and we're not stopping. Guys, this is over. We will never stop. All they did today was just put the fuel under my fire and let me know, okay, this is how deep this corruption goes.
Right.
We must get in office to stop this. You mean to tell me that in a domestic violence, and I don't even know, because we didn't even know this guy, but even in a case where all the burden of proof is just a burden of proof to say you assaulted this person first, and it's just not hearsay, word of mouth. You have a video to show it. And for you to just say not guilty, for you to have that much power on the bench of corruption to say yay or nay without even acknowledging the evidence that's sitting right in front of your face, for that level or deep of corruption to be here embedded in Chicago and Illinois, guys, when Trump say drain the swamp, I promise you, when we get in office, when I say drain the swamp, that's it. God is letting us see this for a reason, guys. God let everything happen to Miss Jackson and Zoe. They let Zoe go down there because Zoe got a memory out of this world. She know the names, she know the faces, she know who's in what department, what they're doing. She said in those meetings, all those meetings, you went to about like 100, what many meetings you went to? 200 meetings, and she watched. She watched the people names. She watched the people who they were, their titles, and she watched everything. God allowed that, guys. He allowed us to see this.
Oh yeah, we're definitely suing civil.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He allowed us to see
But
this.
we're going to definitely try to get it back in court because it was a conflict of interest. He was biased, and he should not be on that bench. I'm going to push for him to get off that bench.
Yeah, Cook County. Somebody said, Cook County, because Tony Pratt.
But it's also, this is the cancer.
Yes.
This is the cancer. He acted like that because he knew she was on the way.
Because she was on the way. Yeah.
And he panicked. And instead of being nice and saying, "Hey, look," or
he could have
introduced himself. We were next to a pastor the other day. I know he a corrupt pastor.
Yeah, he is.
However, he came over and introduced himself. He, tried to play off of his charming, but I know that you're terrible. However, it wasn't no animosity.
We was nice.
We was nice back to him. But I know what
we
you
knew
are.
He was.
We know you're
you
trash.
stand right next to Brandon Johnson,
clapping hands with his.
We know who you are. But
so
he came in a way that he came. Hey, my name is so and so, so and so. So why would we be ignorant, or why would we be disruptive? Why would we do that? And now we're going to a place that we thought was our own. This is a Republican event. We go in there. Why would we go in there hostile to a Republican event? That don't make no sense. This man could have just came seriously. We didn't know him. If he would have if this man would have came and said, "Hey, guys, I know who you all are. You all don't know me. I know who you all are. Look, I know P. Ray is coming. She have a problem with y'all, whatever like that. She'll be here. I don't want no problems or this and that. And she's coming and she don't like y'all or whatever like that." Either we would have said, "Can y'all leave?" We would have said, "Okay, maybe we would say we would leave," or we would have said, "Hey, you know what? We didn't come here for that. I mean, I don't have a problem with P. Ray. I'm not going to say nothing to her. So we're going to sit right here and we're not going to say anything to her because we don't say anything to her when she's around." So we would have said that, well, hey, I understand that, but we're not going to say anything to her. We're here about the shelter. That's it. We don't want no problems. That's what we would have said. Or we would have said, okay, yeah, if he would have just said, well, whatever, we would have left. But the fact how he came to us is what it was. But that's it. We're not the only place we must be disrupted at, guys, that we must not play games with is City Hall, because they're so used to violating your constitutional right and bullying the citizens. They're so used to it until if we allow them to, they're going to do it. We must stand strong and firm and let them know and let them know we're not having it. Because if we don't, they're going to do it. Secondly, they're so used to doing this to people, but the fact that I would never stop being this way. The fact that you are doubling down on illegal alien rights. You're bringing Johnson Pritzker, they're citing executive orders for their freedom of protest, their freedom of speech, their freedom of due process. They're fighting Trump and they're allowing them to fight ICE officers and shoot ICE officers for their illegal alien freedom. Yet, you are constantly trying ways and going out your way to find ways, unconstitutional ways, to violate and stop our rights. We would never let that happen. So if you want to call us disruptors, if you want to call us whatever, you agitators, whatever you want
but
to
you
call
have
us,
to disrupt this system. Like
we're going to
you're gonna have to disrupt this system. Everybody had a way of disrupting the system. Charlie Kirk, he had his way of disrupting the system. We have our way of disrupting the system. What I know that my weakness is that I have to control is my cursing, because I do curse a lot, and I curse a lot because of the frustration of things like what just happened today. However, it also proves my point as far as we have to revamp the system. And how you revamp the system is I'm determined to get this man off that bench. So, and we're going to see, we have people that have reached out to us, legal people have reached out to us to see in legality terms what they can do, bringing it back into court, because what we were told today is that it's a not guilty. And because it's not guilty, they said one time in history, they were able to bring it back into the court because the judge was working with the mob. Now, he definitely working with the machine. So
yeah, he definitely
and it definitely was a conflict of interest. So I'm going to do my best in reaching out to the White House liaison. I'm going to reach out to the Department of Justice. I'm going to reach out to Judicial Watch. I'm going to reach out to the Judiciary Inquiry Board. We're going to hold a press conference in front of 555 West Harrison because he needs to be off the bench. There's no way in the world that you should be on any type of bench. And as far as this lady right here, now I don't know if she got all her signatures to get on the ballot. She's running for 7th congressional district. But this is what your Congress, this is Danny Davis' goddaughter, which I know, even though he don't claim her. But,
he didn't even endorse her.
Yeah, he didn't even endorse her. But she said today, after about, I think she waited 46 minutes after the court ended, "Hear ye, hear ye. A Cook County judge just found Paul McKinley not guilty, rendering Daniel Carter a liar. Chicago Fifth Red is a provocateur organization. Zoe Marsh Lee got on the stand and bragged about calling Jesse Jackson a slur to his face, and the judge was appalled. Chicago Fifth Red wants to destroy our Chicago Republican movement and failed miserably on this sunny, cool Monday. Cook County Republican Party and Aaron Delmar, you owe Paul a very public and loud apology. So do you, Stephanie Trussell. The fact that you all would go against an elected member of the party before the facts came to light was undemocratic and completely uncalled for. Say sorry." And like I told Aaron Delmar and Stephanie Trussell, absolutely not. The facts is that video. The facts is this man is corrupt. The facts is she's a sellout. The facts that Paul McKinley is a thug, sellout, and a convicted criminal who's a robber, just like Walter Burnett. All of them are all just big robbers. They're big. They're one big sellout. It's a sellout cloud, and they don't represent the black community. She definitely don't represent the West Side. She definitely don't represent the 7th congressional district. You have to be a fool to vote for her. And her goddaddy endorsed LaShawn Ford. And at this point, anybody but that, okay? Yeah. Anybody but that right there. She don't deserve, and matter of fact, I don't even, and it kills me because a lot of people will tag Chicago Fifth Red with her dirty organization. And he doesn't even have an organization, it's her.
Yeah, it's her.
It's really her.
Other people left. Let me
tell you something. I was at Ted Dabrowski invited me to the day that he announced that he was running for governor. She was there with Dusty Busty Paul McKinley, right? Because that he's her video person. So just understand that you vote for her, you're one close to being next to a woman beater. He's a woman beater, and at the end of the day, she's dealing with a woman beater. He's also a committee man for the 4th Ward, which is crazy and insane. And I want to make one other thing clear. Ever since they did that made up fake event at the library, they never once ever talked about that shelter again. We made a video about that shelter. We have been over there to the shelter a couple of times, and ABC just did an interview in front of that shelter with Danielle, was it Friday? On Friday. None of them people, Paul McKinley, Jackie Page, this creep, P. Ray, Patricia Ray, they never discussed that shelter no more. They do not want to see change. They are she is a used up part of the corrupt machine. They just use her when they can. They gave her a little dusty statue for her father,
Brandon Johnson. Now, this is Brandon Johnson.
They say her daddy was a sellout too. So she a sellout. Her daddy is sellout. You understand? I'm trying to tell you, her daughter is embarrassed to even have a mother like this.
Brandon Johnson. Yeah. Why is Brandon Johnson doing all these things for her?
Yeah.
That's what you got to understand. Brandon Johnson.
Yeah, they all work together.
Yeah, he bet not even talk to us. Like, come and say, hey, could y'all sit down and we hash things out? But no, you can't even come to us with that conversation. They meet, he giving her statue.
Yeah, she just lies on anything.
Oh yeah, she said, Danny, okay, let me say, she said Danny husband planting drugs on folks. Listen, guys, my husband been a cop for 20-something years, going on 30 years, almost 30 years. My husband never had no complaints against him, period. Great guy. We're out some at places, and some guys come up to him and say, this happened twice, man, and give him a hug, right? And I'm like, he like, you don't even remember me, you don't even know me. My husband like, no. He like, man, you was there, you know, you were you remember that we was at I was being chased, y'all was chasing me, and when y'all was chasing me and I did something like far as made the cops run so fast and do all that juking, run the cops. So, I mean, make them run. You know, back in the day, we used to make them run and stuff. When they drug, they'd beat you up and they'd let you go. So he said, I remember you laid on my body because the way I had did them officers, I knew they wanted to just beat me down. And you laid on my body and made sure they didn't, like you were, you know, was protecting me. And then you told me, hey man, just chill out, because they want to kick your butt. And then you let me up and y'all talk to me and stuff like that, and you let me go. People, stuff like that, my husband always used to say, because my husband is really a great guy. My husband was he was in narcotics, all that. People you would be surprised how many people say,
and let me tell you about this story, because I read the story, because I researched. And I have like I said, a lot of police friends. The issue was when this guy got arrested, he went to court. The guy, the judge, probably was a terrible judge like this judge we had, dismissed the case. He went back and sued, and he happened to be he wasn't the arresting officer, but he was because he's in narcotics. But that's what happened. It doesn't matter if I get right now, if I get locked up and the judge drops the case for police, I can go back and sue that police because it's not guilty. You understand? Case is dismissed. This is public record. You can go look it up yourself. You look it up yourself. Same. We have a good friend. Shout out to Kima. Same thing with Kima. Kima was on a job. The judge ended up letting it go. They ended up suing the police, and she happened to be the police on there. But that's just it. So I don't.
But I don't care. But you know what?
Yeah, but it's out there. Like it's out there. Like so, it's not nothing.
Yeah, I don't care about like what she said. I don't care, because do you know how many people that say when they get arrested, like my husband would say, they could be chasing a guy. They see the drugs in his hand. They chasing him. He would throw the drugs down. They see him throw the drugs down, and then when they get him. Then when you say, hey, he threw the drugs down right here, we got him, they can go in court and say, I didn't have no drugs in my hand. You can write that up. And then they go in court and say, I didn't have no drugs in my hand. No, I didn't throw the drugs down, whatever. And the judge's going to let them go. And they do. They let them go. And then they'll say, well,
it's easy lawsuits.
Now, he don't have to be. He don't have to be the arresting officer or whatever. Just if all of y'all together, everybody they doing it with everybody. So the thing is,
she's dating the whole bank. Like,
yeah,
this man is a criminal.
He did 20 years in jail.
20 years, like this nigga, like he a woman beater.
Oh, let me tell y'all this.
Yeah, like that's her man, and she out here on the campaign trail with this man.
Let me say this. So, listen, I forgot to tell y'all this. Now, for his character, this committee woman named Lynn Franco, when this first happened, she found me and said, Danny, I need to talk to you, or Danielle, I need to talk to you. She said, I got something that you need to know. So I talked to her. She said, I saw that video. This when it very first happened. She said that man has did this to several women, committee women. She said, I have the proof. I would testify for you. I would tell everything. She was a Lynn bench to her name, Lynn Franco. She's a Republican committee woman. She had been to every case with me. And she told the lawyer, I want to testify because I can tell you his character. I've been in a committee meeting where he came in a woman's face, Stephanie Truss, came in her face, came in her face, attacking her. He had did this to 4 women.
This P. Ray man, y'all.
This P. Ray man. She said, I seen this with my ass. I can tell you.
She on the campaign trail.
Yeah.
Man.
So she was willing. She been there every court day. She was there today because she thought they was gonna let her testify because she said, Danny, I do a video. She did do a video when we was at the first time at court. She did a video. She said, I can tell you everything. When, where, when the times he did it, who he did it to. She named all the people, because I don't know all those people. She named all the people. She said, this man, everybody know this man, who he is and what he do. This is what he do. This is who he is. So she wanted to testify, but the lawyer said they wouldn't allow her to testify. But I just wanted to make sure I put that out there. But as far as them saying that about my husband, I really don't care what they say because you're gonna probably hear a lot of stories about he was a cop for a long time. So all the lies that but you can go on his record. He got and everybody loved him. Praise. Everybody loved him. He's been celebrated. The hood loved him. Everybody loved him. So, yeah, she can say whatever she want to say. She's actively with a man beater. Yeah. And he did 20 years in jail.
And he robbed women.
So this is who she
bum. Certified bomb. She got this man on. Yeah. She took this man to Ted Dabrowski house. Yeah. She brought him to Ted Dabrowski house.
Yeah. You go look at my husband record, they gonna say model cop, everything. So all the badges, you're gonna see all that. So I don't care what she say. This girl is a certified hater. And I hate to use that word, guys. I really, really do. I hate to keep saying jealous and hater, but she really is. This girl, I didn't say anything to this girl. I didn't say anything. She went on to X talking about my body. Went on X talking about my body fake. She, everything about my fake body. Look at my fake body. The only reason why I look this good because it's fake and all that. This came out of nowhere, guys. I'm telling you. This girl is sick. And the only reason why is, and like her vice president, the Chicago conservative said was, she a hater because we are really moving the needle. She has no mission. Yeah, we are really moving the needle. He said, Danny, he said, with you and Zoe and Chicago Flips Red, he said, I wasn't even gonna lie, when we was with Chicago Red, I'm looking like, we ain't doing nothing. Chicago Flips Red is really out here doing the work and pushing the needle. He said, we were talking about what we doing. Let's go and do something. Yeah. He said, all she was about was being in front of the camera, trying her best to, every time the news would call for you all, she would talk about, you gotta put me on. He said, this is all she wanted. She was never about the mission. He said, we actively see y'all fight. Y'all were on the grounds, boots on the ground, doing everything. And we were like, let's go and be with them. She didn't want that because he said, so we saw how bad she hated y'all. She hated that you all were doing the work. You all were pushing the needle. You all were getting recognition for your work. And everybody was like loving you all. And she hated that. He said, I know that personally. And he talked about it on his, he did his YouTube about it. He talked about it. So this is who this person is. When you got that much hate in your heart for people, for no reason. I understand you can be hating on somebody and jealous. We might have those feelings, guys. Sometimes those feelings are natural. When somebody is doing something, or you know you want something, you see somebody else doing it. I mean, sometimes those feelings come up. Sometimes that's natural. But it's what you do with those ideals. It's what you do with those feelings. That's what you gotta cast those feelings down, because that's the devil. So when that come up, when you feel yourself starting to be jealous of somebody or envious of somebody, that's nothing but the devil. It may come up, but you gotta say, you know what, that's not me. I don't even know this person, or why would I hate this person? And you gotta cast those imaginations down, because that come from Satan. So we're not saying it's not natural emotions and feelings. That's not the sin. The sin is what you do with that, with those feelings and emotions. Do you use that to hate on somebody? Do you use that to attack somebody, all because of the hate you have in your heart for somebody? That's when everybody know your heart is evil. That's who this person is. You can get mad, go off on people. That's different than when you have real hate in your heart for somebody. That's when you go into the point of, you better watch it, because God is watching that. God is dealing with that. Anger comes, but it's what you do with that anger. Disappointment comes, hate, jealousy comes, but it's what you do with those emotions. It's when the sin come in, you better be careful. So yeah, guys, I try to, when people, you all got to understand, I'm a trainer. I've been training people and advertising, because I get my clients off advertising my body. I got to be a walking business. I can't tell nobody to get in shape and how to get in shape when I'm looking terrible. So this is what I do, always have. So I understand when people mad at you and they're hating on you, and it's not because they're hating on you. They just want something that you are doing and they may not have the discipline to do. So it's not about you. The hate they have is because they really admire you or who you are, but they just feel like you're just something that they want to be. I understand that, and I've always understood that. So when people, because I used to get that, I'll get that just working out and being a trainer, but I understood that. And what I used to do with people who I know used to talk about me, people I know who used to hate on me, when I see them, I would make it my business to make them feel good about themselves. So I might say, hey, beautiful. And they look at me, I say, hey, I said, you look like you. I said, your skin is real beautiful. What you doing? And they might say, well, I'm trying to eat right. This and that. I said, really, what you eating? And then when I get to talking to them, you can see the face, because now they like, really? And I'm like, yeah. They said, oh, you know what? I did want to work out with you, but I was just scared because I didn't know if I can do it. But you can do it. You can do anything you put your mind to it. Give me a call. Let me, I help you. This is how I used to do it, because I understood what much is given, much is required. People don't hate on you because they just hate you, because you don't even know me. If you get to know me, you'll probably love me. They just hate what's in you and what they want to be. And all you gotta do is build them up, because it's just, some people just dealing with low self-esteem. Some people just dealing with how they feel about themselves. And we're not in a business to make anybody feel worse than they already feel about themselves. I'm in the business of building people up, always have, because that's what I did with my business. I always made people feel like they can do and be anything they want to be. When I get their bodies together, I used to to let them take pictures, and we'll take pictures and we will celebrate their accomplishments. That's who I am. So all of this, I understand what her problem is. She came to me to try to work out. She could not, and I was going to train her for free. She came to me to try to work out. She couldn't see that through.
Yeah.
She and I'm like, come on, boo. I train you, and she came.
Train when you a hater.
She came a couple of times and she couldn't come. So I know. So when she got to talking about my body, I understood. You wanted to come and work out, but you just didn't have that consistency. You just didn't have the discipline. You just didn't have it. And because you didn't have it, the only thing you had was to hate on me. And I was the one trying to help you and do all this to help you, because that's what I do. Right. So you the one didn't have it. But don't get mad at me because I tried to help you. So I understand who this person is, guys. I understand why she hates and who she is. But that's a dangerous person because she have no regards to or no feelings. She don't have no
that's her man.
Conscience.
But that's her man, and they out there they're out there campaigning together, and that's dangerous. That's dangerous. That's the blind leading the blind. Yeah. It ain't. She's not about to change nothing. She had no mission with her with Chicago Red. So I know she no mission when it comes to this. Danny Davis didn't have no mission.
Yeah, but that's why. That's why. And but who was great? That's why Rashawn, the Chicago conservative, that's why he went on his own and he's doing great because he have a mission. He really want to change Chicago. So he's doing good. Vanetta's doing good. Everybody who's separated from her, they're doing good because they really want a change. And they're doing something to change it, guys. This is, and somebody came and asked us, and a guy, he said, hey guys, would y'all be willing to sit down and talk with P. Ray? Yeah, I said, would y'all be willing to talk with P. Ray and really just hash this or whatever like that? Because we've never had an issue with her. She got her issue. And my thing was this. I keep telling y'all, I understand what it is to hate. I understand, so I know what it is. And Zoe was just like, you know what? We were considering it because my thing was this. Okay, we know who she is. We know you doing what you're doing. We know you're a Democrat. We know you are. But
just to keep because so many people want, you understand, they really believe in this. Yeah, I don't believe in this. I know that this is BS. However,
be cordial. But
you can't be cordial with this. You can't be cordial with this. You can't be cordial with anybody that defends this. Mm-hmm. You understand? Like it's you can't. So, and you know what? I always ask my ancestors and God to please give like a sign or a signal, and they always like every time. Because Osiris, shout out to Osiris. Osiris reached out because Osiris really does believe in a mission, but he also respects her and he knows that he's with Chicago Red, but he would like to do some events. He would like to do some debates and stuff. You know what I'm saying? He would like to do stuff like that. And we had a nice talk. Osiris is a great young man, and he's about the conservative values. He's about that life, and he even reached out to try to see if it could be some type of sit down. And I was going to do it for him because I know that he wants to change in his city, and I also know that Vashawn wants to change in the city. And they are young men, young black men. They are conservative. They are about those values. They're from the South Side, and why not? Right. You understand? Why not? You understand? Why not do that? And you can't because she is the hate in her heart. It's the hate in her heart. So no, Osiris. So there you go. Osiris, we can't. Okay? It's the hate in her heart. I don't have no issue with you, Osiris. So on a separate level, you understand? You could always talk to me, reach out, have any events or any debate stuff going on with Vashawn. You're more than welcome.
Sure we take care of
we make sure. But however, no. I will never sit down with this.
No,
I will
that's
never
over
sit
with.
down with her. I will never. No, she got a spirit on her.
Yeah,
It's a spirit on her, and ain't nothing gonna be able to change that spirit. So no, absolutely not. And anybody that will vote for her is you really wasting your vote. You're really wasting your vote.
Y'all
Yeah,
listen.
she's not a Republican, and she's not for Donald Trump. She's not for change. She's not for to fix the system. She's not for corruption. Like, she legit is a cancer. Shout out to Miss Jessica.
Yeah, and then she'll say something like, well, you got to work with them. When we called her out about Brandon Johnson, we separated ourselves. Then
she told me, you're gonna have to work with them.
And we said, let me tell you this. So made it clear. She said, why would I work? She said, I don't have to work with anybody who destroying the city. And that's what the conservative Rashawn told her, the Chicago conservative. He said, why would I mess with somebody who's actively right now trying their best to destroy Chicago, and especially our community? Why would I even sit down and want him to pay me to do it? Why would I do that? He said, now it's some people that you got to collaborate with. We know that you got to do that, but never these type of people.
Like this man,
like it's like Trump trying to, like these people hate Trump so much. You can't, with people like that, like Brendan Johnson, who's actively trying his best to hate Trump, to go against everything we ask for and want, and hate the community, our community. You cannot, those people, you got to make sure you get out of office. You got to destroy those people.
Right.
You can't allow them to act like we can't be put on the front, in front of the camera, like, hey, take a picture with Brandon Johnson. We can't do that. He's the enemy. He's the enemy. We can't act like we together and we just making it work for Chicago.
He cares nothing about housing. He cares nothing about properties, because if that was the case, Miss Jessica's case would have got taken care of. My family's case would have got taken care of. So he cares nothing about affordable housing or properties or securing properties. He cares nothing about Black Chicago at all. He cares nothing about migrants who are migrants who are is it migrants? Legal immigrants. Yeah, legal people who have their citizenship. Care nothing about. He cares nothing about the business sector. He cares nothing about our children at all. I mean, when I say don't care about children, don't care about it, he cares nothing about homeless, and she's tied up with him. Yeah, and she's tied up with him. And Tiffany Henry. Like Tiffany Henry.
Rashawn said, the Chicago conservative said, I was like, she wants us to have a press conference to help to talk great about Tiffany Henry and help her. He said, I was like, ain't no way. He said, it was no way. He said,
yes, we know. We're still gonna file civil. I've never ever been like.
No, this just
this just happened today. Even like I said, we have people trying to just talking to the state's attorney right now, trying to figure out, ain't no way in the world, like, we're going to bring this back. Because it's a conflict of interest.
Yeah, why would you
ask? This man is biased. So we're working on it on our end. Like I said, in the words of Miss Jessica, everybody got to get the 4. So we're going to get to our way to figure out how to get this man off this bench, and this is going to be done again, because there's no way in the world a person has active video footage and you are going to sit here and say not guilty and don't give a reason why. Don't even bring us back in there. That right there, straight bias with what they thought, because for some reason, because we're known as disruptors and
she did that. She the one who say that. That's her. Clearly, and Brandon Johnson.
That you guys act like I don't know how to file things. I don't know how to go to the proper. I don't have to go through the proper channels and procedures and go to the high up. Like, that's why I'm here. That's how I got Chicago First Red, because I I'm not going to deal with this. I'm not going. You think I'm okay with that verdict, and you just think I'm just going to leave it alone like that? You think that Zomar Schlee, is going to literally be okay with them putting them hands on Danielle Carter? You really think that we're going to just end it like that? Are you crazy?
Yeah, they're gonna have to. If it's civil, we're gonna definitely do that.
Man, but no, we coming for his seat.
Yeah.
Like, real talk. You have to get off. He has to be removed.
Yes.
There's no way in the world that man should be on the bench.
Because imagine this, guys. This man,
he don't even know how to try cases.
Yeah, this man is locking people up, men up, for hitting a girl with just by word of mouth. She said he hit her, and this man, and you got a domestic case, and they believe the woman, and the man go to jail just by her saying that he hit her. Now we have a video. Of me saying, and this is not, I don't even know this man, so this is even worse because he put his hands on me and I don't even know him. We have a man who put his hands on me, a woman, with video, with two witnesses testifying that he put his hands on us, and you say, and you went render a not guilty verdict without even telling us why or anything. But you have locked up plenty.
But he also was a defense attorney, so he probably favors with the defense too, because he got this man off. I got to do a video.
But
So I think he did like he murdered like 7 people or something like that.
Oh yeah. So it's like, but how do you be
Brown's chicken? It's a big.
Oh yeah, Brown's chicken. I remember that Brown's chicken.
Yeah, he was the defense attorney.
Yeah. So this is who we're dealing with. And he should not even be a domestic violence.
He should be, yeah.
Yeah, he definitely can't, because you're actually, it's like how do you lock one up? So what evidence do you use now to lock men up who hit a girl, or vice versa? How do you do that? Because clearly you can't go by what evidence is in front of your face. So you just going by word of mouth. I mean, it's so crazy, guys, that we know what time it is. And the problem is we have more people like this judge that's on the bench. We have a lot of these judges. That's why we cannot get no justice here in Chicago, Illinois. That's why when Ms. Jackson keeps saying, and Zoe keep talking about these corrupt judges and stuff, we must keep talking about that, like Trump. Like Trump keeps saying, these judges, the justice system. Because remember when Trump fired those judges, those immigration judges, and they got on TV talking about, I think in Illinois and Chicago, maybe Chicago, that he was just doing that because they was, for immigration and all that. No, these judges here, we need an Operation Grey Law 2.0
it's Rico
on these judges.
I want to hear it. It's either I want to take the window or the stairs or be arrested. Like something, because it was too like blatant. But my thing is, it was too blatant because you really think that you're untouchable.
Yeah, people that.
Yeah, you really think you're untouchable, Judge Burch.
Yeah.
So I'm going to see what I can do legally, and I'm going to take it to the federal level because they need to investigate you starting tomorrow. I'm not going to bed tonight until I write about you. I'm going to make sure, it gets to the White House, because ain't no way in the world you think that you could do this and you think you're going to get away with it, because this man right here should have been guilty.
Guilty. Yeah. You definitely should have been guilty.
Yeah, we had a whole video. You had a whole video. What test? Like, come on now. He called us all. He punk B.
Oh yeah, he said. And then when he hit, y'all see when he hit me, he said, "You punk ass bitch."
Yeah,
he hit me. If this is not clear, if it's buffing on here, go on my page. Go on my page and look at it. If it's buffing on here, then go on the page and go look at it clear. You're gonna hear it real good. after he hit me, you punk bitch and all that. This man was just, he couldn't control his emotions.
I want to talk about you. The reason why I haven't said nothing to you, More Real News, and I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, because you always disrespect my group, and I've been nothing but nice to you, Michael Young Bay. So it's out here right now. Yeah. So I stopped supporting you because you always take jabs at my group, and you've been rude, and you really don't rock with men. I mean, you rock with women. You always talk negative about my group. You always talk negative about me, and I've been nothing but nice to you. Been nothing but nice to you. So I really don't have nothing to say to you. So you're absolutely right. I have nothing to say to you. Why should I support somebody consistently when you talk about my group behind my back? You know, it's nothing. It's never you. It's always somebody else. And I'm good on you. So next.
So what's his name? His name is Paul McKinley.
Yeah, Paul McKinley. And he's the 4th Ward committeeman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah,
He's a rhino. These people are not, and this is what we have to look out for, guys. Even though we are trying to flip Chicago red, that's why we keep saying it's just not that you flipping it red. We have to put the right people in office. It's not you because you say red. Now, anybody who say they're Republican, because people run as Republicans because they have nobody going against them. See, they get in there in those seats, and they need the Democrats in here need the Republican seats and the Democrat seats to keep the corruption going. Because if you put real Republicans in here, then it's gonna be a opposite opposing side, and
you're on a lawsuit. So my First Amendment lawsuit, you're on that lawsuit with me. That my lawyer is doing, put you on there. So please don't sit here and act like nobody's not supporting you, Michael Young Bay. That's some BS.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying
you on a whole lawsuit for violating my First Amendment, and they added you.
So if y'all see, so that's the thing. You have to be careful with these people claiming to be Republicans here, because they only need Republicans to fill those seats, and those Republicans are really Democrats, but they run as Republicans to get in those seats easily. And then you have Democrat running everything, but in name they're Republican. But you can tell, because how is it that we have Republican committeemen as we supposed to have, but we never get nothing done here in Chicago. We never get no help here in Chicago. And you got Republicans that's supposed to be like him going into Rainbow Push, going into with Brandon Johnson, being with them. Come on. Come on. I mean, if those are Republicans we have here, come on. We this is why we are where we at. But when you have a threat to these people, when you have real Republicans running with real causes and going against the establishment, that means rhinos, Democrats, it don't matter. The corruption, whoever doing it, is going against it and standing on business and not scared to go into the places that people don't want to go in. That's when you see the problem. And then having a president that's acknowledging what's happening and doing what we ask him to do, that's scary to these people. That's dangerous. You think all these judges don't know who we are? You think none of these people know who we are? They all know who we are. Brandon Johnson, Tony Pratt-Winkle, and Governor Prince, they're making sure they know, because we are the threat to this establishment. They know we are going to flip Chicago red.
And I'm remove anybody out of my way who is trying to change that, because I've always been about fighting corruption. I've always been about Operation Grey Lord. Please look up what Operation Grey Lord is. That is my goal when it comes to this city, and Cook County, and really the state of Illinois. But that's my goal. So if anybody is not on that, don't come bother me about anything else, because in order for any of this stuff to stop in this city, in this state, in this county, and other counties in the state of Illinois, you're going to have to do Operation Grey Lord, which is RICO time right now.
With the judges,
especially the judges.
Yup, with the
Attorney
state's
General,
attorney,
state's attorney,
Attorney General.
Yeah.
We need everything, because I'm telling you guys, it's going to be, and Chicago, we want to work with everybody who is for real change.
Yeah, for real change.
Not playing change. If you for real change,
Yeah.
Hey, you have no problem. You won't have a problem with us.
They don't believe in the U.S. Constitution. They don't believe in that oath. They don't believe in the Bible. They don't believe in the higher power, because and they don't have a conscience. Because if you had a conscience, ain't nowhere in the world that you would be doing the things that they do. But it's all because love of money.
And we don't hold them accountable.
And we don't hold them accountable. We honestly do not. We don't argue with each other before standing with each other.
Exactly.
When it comes to the injustices that they're doing to us. Right. And we hate each other. We will argue with each other. We will fight with each other. We will jealous of each other. We will physically harm each other. We will do all of those things instead of moving together as one and fighting establishment that we're sponsoring with our tax dollars. Yeah. So I'm not. Yeah. So that's with no representation. So that's what I'm on. And if you're not on that, then Chicago Fist Red really is not an organization that you should be affiliated with, because that's what we're about. We're about change. We're about changing the narrative. We're about revamping politics. There's nothing politically corrupt.
If we have to,
disruption.
If they have to, if they go down to it.
A person should be able to go to any public meeting, a student board meeting, police board meeting, a city council meeting, a committee meeting, a Cook County meeting, and we should not be silenced. We should not be told that we have to do this, can't do that. We should not get there, and the next thing you know, they've already have their people saying what they're going to say, giving them their script, because they know that what they're doing to us, and when I'm saying us, what they're doing to Chicago citizens and the citizens and the residents, the injustices, because they're trying to hide it to make President Trump be this person that is this animal and this terrible human being, this dictator, this Nazi, all this, when the whole time it's them. Yeah, so
they're doing so. Anytime they're violating our rights, anytime they're doing things unconstitutional, guys, we're gonna make a fuss. We are going to make a fuss. We're not going to just roll over and lay down.
We don't just walk in a place and go ha rah rah like that. Like no. Daddy old tender. You understand? I'll be 40. Like the people ain't walking up in here just acting a fool. We're literally, they come and try it with us. It's like let's see what we can do today.
Let's see how we can violate their rights today.
It'll be against the law.
Yeah, it's against the law.
It'll be against the law.
But we can just see you on TV fighting the very thing you just doing to us right now. You just fought for illegal aliens. That's a slap in the face. That's one thing I would never sit down and take, guys. It's the audacity for me. For you to think that we're that little, belittle us and think that we're that stupid, or you can just care nothing about us to be on TV the day before fighting for illegal aliens, the right to protest, the right to say what they want to say, the right to freedom of speech. And you are signing executive orders for that. But then we come into a meeting that we pay for in the building that we pay for, and you tell us we can't come in. And then you tell us, okay, now y'all not coming in. And when we go try to sign up to talk, y'all can't talk because we not having no public comments today. When you do things like that, guys, it's never going to be, we're never going to say, oh, well, we can't go talk today. Let's go home. No, it's not. And what they do is, once you do that to you, and then you go disrupt, then they put the camera and say, oh, look at them, they disrupted. I don't care about that, guys. Say what y'all want to say.
And we got to put the video, we got to put the camera out. Because if we don't put the camera out, imagine we didn't have no camera.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Imagine if we didn't have that video that we was able to show you what just happened. Imagine.
We had the video and it was proven not guilty.
I mean, like, I'm trying to tell you, like, it ain't.
and it'll be our words against it.
So
And you know what? I wish, and that's from this video, guys. From this video,
wow.
That's why when you all see it, it ain't that we like to be in people's face with the camera. That's not it, guys. So when y'all see us filming everybody, when y'all see us going there filming, it's not because we just want to be filming. It's not that. This taught me that we should have, if we would have had walked in that place filming, they would have seen him come up to us. They would have seen him cussing us out. They would have seen it from the beginning. If I would have said, let me have my camera on, even though the part I had my camera on, he still hit me first, you see it. But if I would have had that just walking in, so now they had, and that was supposed to be a Republican place. So it wasn't even enemy territory to me. So now that taught me, you cannot put your guards down for anything. So that's why, guys, when you see us, and anytime we are going somewhere, we are filming, it's because we need you all. This is the proof in the camera, because we see they gonna say the camera's not working. This is the proof that you all can see. So if our phone get dropped, if they throw our phone, it can be live and you all can start sharing it and screen sharing it. We do that because we don't know. Whenever we go into these places now, we don't know what to expect, because these people know who we are. They hate us, and we have to always be able to show our side on what really happened, because these people lie. So this is why when I have my phone now, guys, and it may look like it's close to people, I never have my phone in nobody's face. I never do. When I have my phone now, I'm always like this. But because I'm like this, it looks like we close. In the camera, it looks like I'm right
there. It was a whole
table.
It was a whole table.
It was a whole table.
It don't matter. He could have walked away.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Even when y'all see me now, it may look like it.
But we will always have our video live.
Yeah.
I will never go nowhere else without having a live stream.
Yeah, because this is what happened. If I didn't have that video that I had right now with that,
you see me,
that would have been, they would have just really dismissed it.
See
but
me.
At least since they dismissed it, I can have you all. I can put it out there, and then you all can see. So I'm just saying, guys, this is what we have to do. This is what we will continue to do. We're not stopping. That's not actually. This is making me turn up a little, go up a little bit, turn the fire up for us 2.0 now.
When I say I'm about to write, like
I'm talking about period. On Chicago Fifth Red calls, period. Whatever we was, it's been now. If it was 2.0, we going to 3.0. It's guys. When I tell y'all, we're getting ready to. This is it.
That would have been right there. They would have arrested you, because that's what they were.
Oh yeah, they definitely would have arrested me.
They would have arrested her. They were trying.
Or I would have had to say out. They would have made me drop it and say he go his way, I go my way, or they would have arrested both of us, and it would have been my word against his. And y'all see what happened. They would have dropped it anyway. So they would have definitely arrested me too, because I would not have folded. I would have said no, arrest me. I would have told them, arrest me then. I would have said that, because you're not going to hit me, and now we just arrest me and we're going to go to court. But I'm so glad, even with that, it just, I knew it, but I knew this judge when we saw him, who he was, when I knew that he put that case on Zoe mother. When I knew when he asked for just a judge, I knew it was terrible. But when this judge came out.
Yeah, he should know, because he's a professional.
Yeah, he's a professional.
He knows how this goes.
And I don't go to court, y'all. This is my first time testifying and anything. So when that judge came out, and he put the same judge for Zoe, I knew it. He knew exactly who we were. And when he allowed that Trump stuff, I knew it. So it didn't, but it just lets me know that we are doing something right. They're scared. And it lets me know that we just got to keep it up. We have to finish this. It have to be too big to rig this election.
Too big to rig.
That's what it lets me know. that we have to get on our job even more.
Well, any last words?
It fired you up. Yeah, it fired me up. So God know what He's doing, because we have to do that. So now, guys, I just want to thank all of you all for always supporting Chicago Flips Red. Please go register and vote. If you're not registered, please register as a Republican. We're sending a clear message so that means if you don't have, because they like to switch your ballots around when you go with these machines, it's real bad. So we have to send a clear message that Chicago is going to flip red. We're not playing with these crooks, these rhinos and everything. No, we are going to expose them, and we are going to keep the message clear. America first, Chicagoans first. That's it. If you're not about Chicagoans first, the citizens, we are not even entertaining anything else, but because we have to make sure that we're good in our city, the residents in our city, because they have the residents sleeping on the ground. We were supposed to go over there to Dave to talk to the residents, because we called we went to City Hall to talk to them about them residents being outside on the ground. And we gave them 2 days, because you got to give them the weekend and things like that. So we have to go through the proper channels. So when we go off, we can say, we called you all. We gave you time to do what you have to do, so they don't have no excuses. Because when we go over there tomorrow to talk to them residents, and because they have not gotten back to us and we did everything right, when we go and talk and tell what's really happening, you will know that they can't say, well, we didn't get no call. Didn't nobody tell us? We did everything we were supposed to do. And you all still don't care. You all still didn't do anything. So that's what we were supposed to do. But now we'll go over there tomorrow, talk to the residents and see what's going on with them. And then keep trying to get them help, it's getting cold, to get them off those streets.
Yeah, and I just want to share this one more time. That's my last words. I want y'all to understand. This was wild. This was a wild boy. It was a wild boy. This was a wild day. Chicago Public Library.
Didn't have the cameras not
working.
Like, it's very dangerous over there.
Yeah.
That camera. Please don't hit them.
This man attacked me. This man attacked me. You call me, say what you say it now. Yeah, walk away. Bet you won't walk away. Say it.
People dick eaters and everything.
But did she call you that now? Did she call you that now?
Don't matter what she called.
Did she say that to you now?
She can't be up.
Did she say that to you now?
She can't be up.
Did she say that to you now?
Get that camera. Please don't hit them.
So that's what I just want to leave you with. That's my last words.
Thank you, Carol Reese. Yes, thank you for praying for us and covering us with the blood of Jesus. Yes, thank you.
So that's my last words. And if you see this man out here, keep your cameras up. Keep your cameras up and keep it far away, because he may just hit you upside your head and call you a punk B, and then if he's with his girlfriend P Ray, she'll help.
Yeah, she'll take
Yeah.
And then he gonna get the judge.
Yeah, they're gonna pay. Yeah, gonna get a little. They're gonna put their little dusty pennies together and pay whatever, or link up with Jesse Jackson and them. So he is a certified clown. P. Ray's a certified clown. And Jackie's a certified clown. And anybody aligned with them are part of the circus. And that's all I'm gonna say. All hands on deck. I love you, Chicago Fist Red supporters. Please do not put us in no category with Chicago Red. Please don't put us in no category with Patricia P. Ray Easley. Honestly, if I see it, I'm going to block you, because I feel like at this point, you guys should know the separation. And I feel like it's just going to continue to cause the drama that does not need to continue to happen. You know, Chicago Fist Red is us, and you know whatever that situation is, Chicago Red with her by herself and this piece of doo-doo and Jackie Page and whoever else is around them. And you're crazy out of your mind if you let her even make it into the primary. Patricia P. Ray.
She got a lot of Democrat signatures.
Well, she got the signatures, but as far as the votes, yeah. So so it is what it is.
All right, guys.
Peace.
Love you all. Please share this video.
Yeah. Please share.
Like it.